The cat is staring at me as I deliver my lines, like an angry director, just waiting for me to flub my lines. He's literally there going, "Hi! Grab a drink and let's learn how to make Char Siu pork." So it's the Christmas season, and you may be wondering, hey Tipsy Walk guy, what do Chinese people typically eat for Christmas? If you've ever been to an Asian grocer with a deli of any kind, you may have heard of or seen these delicious red-looking pork roasts hanging in the window that make you salivate just looking at them, like the FCC looking at internet users' wallets. These are made in a style known as Char Siu, which literally translates to fork roast because they're usually roasted after being skewered with long force. Char Siu pork is sweet, savory, juicy, and delicious, and I want to show you how to make it pretty easily at home. Let's do it. So the first thing that you're gonna need is the pork. Now over here I have pork shoulder because I like a fattier pork, and as I always say, fat means flavor. Now if you want a leaner pork, go with pork tenderloin. If you want a fattier pork, you can go with pork belly, and if you're a vegetarian, why are you here? Now for the marinade, you're gonna need honey, hoisin sauce, Chinese 5-spice powder, garlic, oyster sauce, Chinese cooking wine, red fermented tofu or red food coloring, but more on that later, sesame oil, molasses, salt and pepper, and of course, bam, soy sauce. Now some recipes call for regular soy sauce, dark soy sauce, a mixture of both. I'm gonna use regular soy sauce here because I wanna show you that, yeah, you can do this with ingredients that for the most part you can get at Walmart. You can use regular soy sauce, you can use dark soy sauce, whatever, you do you. Start by slicing this pork up into long, thin, about 2 to 3 inch chunks. It gives the pork more surface area to absorb that delicious marinade and also allows it to cook faster. Speaking of delicious marinade, in a bowl you're going to combine 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons hoisin sauce, 1 tablespoon Chinese cooking wine. I know it's wine, don't drink this. Just don't. 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 2 teaspoons of molasses, 2 pieces red fermented bean curd. Now, this stuff looks pretty nasty, but as with a lot of the really authentic Asian stuff, it tastes really good. If you don't have this, that's fine. You can just use red food coloring. Also, you're going to want to dump 1 tablespoon of the juice in there. 3 to 4 cloves of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon pepper, and half a teaspoon of Chinese 5-spice. Jingle these bells. Take about 2 tablespoons of this mixture and set it aside. Take a big plastic Ziploc bag or equivalent, stuff your meat in, shut up, and dump all of the rest of the marinade in. Shake this like you're auditioning for a racy shake weight commercial, squeeze all the air out, shove it in the fridge, and marinate for at least 24 hours. 24 hours or more later, you're going to take it out of the fridge. Preheat your oven to 450 degrees. We're going to simulate the high heat of grilling as best as we can. You're going to need a sheet pan and a stainless steel roasting or baking rack. You want stainless steel because this stuff is typically oven safe up to 450 or even 500 degrees. You do not want non-stick. This stuff is not oven safe. Don't use it. You're going to have a bad time. You're using a roasting rack because you're lifting the meat off of the surface of the pan and you're allowing hot air to circulate underneath so it can roast better. Cover the sheet pan in foil, carefully place the meat on the rack, leaving enough space in between pieces. Don't throw away the marinade juice in the bag. Add half a cup of water to the sheet pan. This is to prevent the bottom of the sheet pan burning and avoiding too much smoke while you're roasting it. Take your creation, place it on the top shelf of the oven, and yell insults at it for 25 minutes. Your teeth cold and your breath stinks, boom, roasted. After 25 minutes, take it out, baste it. You remembered to save the bag juice, right? Flip it over, baste it again, and if needed, add another half cup of water to the bottom of the pan. Throw it back into the oven on the top shelf for another 25 minutes. While you're waiting for that to happen, take the 2 tablespoons of marinade you saved before you started marinating the pork. Add 2 tablespoons of honey to it. You're going to use this to baste the final product. 25 minutes later, again, start your broiler. Take your meat out of the oven immediately, baste it with the honey glaze, throw it back in the oven for a minute or 2 tops, no more. Take it out, flip it over, baste again, and throw it back in the broiler for another 1 to 2 minutes. Again, no more. Watch it very, very carefully to ensure that it doesn't burn. Take it out. If you have a meat thermometer, make sure that it reads an internal temperature of at least 145 degrees. Let the meat rest for 10 minutes. Slice it up any way that you like. I'm gonna slice it up into maybe 1/2 inch to 1 inch pieces, but hey, you do you. And finally, it's ready. Well, my friend, cheers. For those of you who don't know, this is Josh, my videographer. He helped me out with all of my shots and ensures that I don't screw this entire thing up after I've had a few beers. So, from what I understand, you have never had char siu pork before.
No.
Have you ever even heard of it?
No.
You never set foot in like a Chinese grocer or anything? All right, well, I want you to try it and I want you to tell me what you think.
Should I try it with the rice?
You do whatever you want. This is America. What do you think? What's about it?
It's sweet, it's porky. It's like bacon on another level.
Bacon on another level. All right, well, I'm gonna try this out. We'll see how it compares to the store-bought version.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is sweet. There's so much flavor in the juices of the fat, and the marinade really set in and really just makes it so good. We put it over some Haiga rice, but you can really serve this with a lot of different stuff. You can put it in buns, you can put it in fried rice. We'll probably do another whole video on uses of just char siu pork. So this is really great because you can recreate, if you don't have access to like a Chinatown or an Asian grocer or whatever, you can recreate for yourself this wonderful, delicious like Chinese barbecue right at home. As always, make sure that you like, subscribe, share, and follow. And if there's anything that you want us to make or do or be challenged to, please let us know in the comments. Oh my God, so good. And well, we'll see you next week. Bye. Why are lines so difficult? I'm not even drunk. Yet. Inflated means fork roast because they're skewered with long forks. Forks. Because I like a lot of fat in my flavor in my fat, flavor in my meat.